You are not alone. Even when everything seems silent, even when the night is too long and your heart weighs like stone, I am with you. I am your sustainer, your protector, the one who never leaves. No matter how dark the path seems now, because no shadow is strong enough to prevent my light from reaching your heart. I know every tear that fell in secret, every discouraging thought that visited you, every time you looked to the sky and wished for just a sign that everything will be all right. And I say, it is. Because as long as you breathe, there is hope. And as long as my name is in your heart, there will always be a way out. I saw when you tried, when, even tired, you rose once more, when you helped unseen, when you kept goodness in your heart, even when the world returned coldness to you. I see everything. Nothing escapes my knowledge, and everything has its time under my wisdom. You are not forgotten nor ignored. You are my servant, beloved and accompanied, and every pain you feel, I know. Every burden you carry, I know. And however confusing everything may seem to you now, there is purpose in every moment, even those that seem meaningless. I am the master of time. I am the one who perfectly shapes destinies, and everything I allow in your life is part of something greater. You feel the weight of the world on your shoulders and wonder why prosperity seems so distant, why the fruits take so long to appear. But listen, I do not ignore the effort. I do not reject sincere pleas. I do not turn away from those who turn to me with a surrendered heart. The fruits will come. The rain will fall on the dry land of your soul. But before that, I need you to trust, not with fear, but with serenity. Because I have never left you, and I never will. Even if everything around crumbles, whoever remains firm in me will not be lost. Whoever has me as their support will never be ashamed. The Quran is not just a book. It is my living word. It is the remedy for weary hearts, the answer to silent doubts. Within it, you will find the solace you seek. In it, you will remember that this world is brief, and that all suffering has an end. Through it, I teach you to be patient, to be grateful, to be resilient. I show you with every verse that nothing is beyond my control. Not even fear, not even anguish, not even scarcity. I am the provider, and there is no limit to what I can do for you. Just remember me, seek me in prayer, keep your heart present, and trust that everything has a reason. When you lack strength, speak to me. No formulas or pretty words are needed. Just sincerity, just the desire to draw near. I am closer to you than your own jugular vein. I know your past, your present, and your tomorrow. Do not fear the future, for I am already there. When something is taken from you, know that it was to make room for what truly belongs to you. When something is postponed, understand that it was to preserve your peace. And when something seems impossible, remember that I am the one who creates paths where no one sees a road. The time you call waiting, I call preparation. I am working on you, shaping your patience, your faith, your humility. Every delay, every obstacle, every silence has a purpose. And when everything is ready, within you and around you, that which is yours will come. Not before, not after. At the exact moment your heart is aligned with my wisdom, trust the process. Trust me. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Each servant has their own path, their own mission, their own rhythm. You are exactly where you should be, learning what you need, maturing what is necessary to receive what is already reserved. The prosperity you seek is not merely material. It begins within, in a heart that learns to be grateful for little, in a gaze that recognizes beauty in small things, in a spirit that does not despair in difficulties because it knows there is a higher power guiding everything. This inner prosperity paves the way for outer prosperity. When the heart is full of me, scarcity loses its power. When you remember me morning, noon, and night, peace becomes your companion. And it doesn't matter how much you have, but rather how much you trust that I am enough. Don't demand more of yourself than necessary. Don't judge yourself for stumbling. Everyone fails, everyone falls. But what I look at is the effort to get up. I am the most merciful, and my mercy is greater than your mistakes. Whenever you seek me with sincere repentance, I forgive you. Whenever you wish to return, I receive you. It doesn't matter how many times you have strayed. What matters is that at this moment you want to reconnect. And I never refuse a heart that calls to me with sincerity. You have immense value. Don't let the voices of fear or insecurity make you forget that. I created you with intention, with love, with wisdom. You are not a mistake, nor are you here by chance. There is a reason why you are still breathing. There is a mission in your existence. Even if you don't see it now, it is revealing itself little by little. Stay strong. Keep praying. Keep remembering that I am your refuge in good times and, especially, in difficult times. Do not let your heart harden with pain. Do not allow delays to kill your hope. Every second you wait patiently, I transform into reward. Every tear you hold back trusting in me, I lovingly wipe away. And every act of kindness, even if no one sees it, I record with honor. I am just, I am faithful. I do not forget those who serve me with love. And when doubt creeps in, remember where you came from. Remember that even in the hardest moments, I was with you. Remember that there were days when you thought you couldn't bear it, and yet you did. Not because you were strong, but because I strengthened you. And I will do this as many times as necessary, because my care for you is endless. It doesn't depend on your performance, nor on your strength. It comes from my love, and that love is constant. Don't worry about what you don't yet have. Praise what you have already received. Gratitude opens invisible doors. The constant remembrance of my name illuminates the darkest paths. It's never too late to start over. What is done with sincerity is never insignificant. What you offer with a pure heart, I multiply. What you do out of love, I transform into a blessing. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Even when nothing changes on the outside, something always changes on the inside, and that's where real transformation begins. It's not in the noise of the world, but in the silence of the soul that I work. My greatest miracles. Your steps are safe when guided by me. And even if the path is long, know that I am with you every step of the way. You are never lost, just in process. And every process brings growth, and all growth hurts, but it also heals. I see your effort. I honor your weariness. I sustain your faith even when it seems weak. Because true strength lies not in never doubting, but in persevering, even with doubts. And that you have been doing. Continue. Persevere. Hold on a little longer. Don't give up now. Because what I have prepared is greater than you ever dreamed. And it is coming. In my time. In perfect timing. You who have waited so long, you who have felt time slipping through your hands without clear answers, listen to me. I am not late. My time is different from yours, because I see what you do not see. While you desire the present, I prepare the best. While you anguish over what has not yet arrived, I remove that which would harm you if it came before its time. I am the one who loves you with wisdom. My protection often disguises itself as denial, but it is not a no as punishment, but rather a no out of care. Because when I say not yet, it is because I am teaching your heart to mature, to trust, to grow. Your heart is too precious to be filled with just anything. I did not create you to live in confusion, nor to settle for crumbs of peace. You are my servant, made with care and purpose. And what I have written for your life is not mediocrity, it is abundance. Abundance of serenity, of faith, of courage, of sustenance. But all this begins within. It is in the peaceful heart that my grace descends with greater force. It is in the soul that has learned to rest in me that true prosperity flourishes. And this prosperity is not just money. It is fullness. It is balance. It is living with less weight, with more meaning, with a firm confidence that nothing can take away. You have called upon me, and I have listened. You have sought me, and I have guided you, even if you don't realize it. None of your pleas have fallen on deaf ears. None of your prayers have been in vain. I am the master of the answers, and each one is on its way. But remember, not every answer comes with the sound you expect. Sometimes I answer with silence, and in the silence I teach you to listen with your heart. Sometimes I answer with delay, and in the delay I teach you to wait with faith. Sometimes I answer with absence, and in that absence I teach you the value of what is true. Don't be deceived by comparisons. Don't look at others and think you're falling behind. Each servant has their time, their path, their season. What blooms early, withers early. But what blooms at the right time remains firm, even when the winds change. I am preparing you so that you may bloom with deep roots, so that your prosperity is not just an appearance but sustained by true faith. And true faith is built in adversity. I don't want you weak before the first obstacle, but firm, wise, and confident. Therefore, allow me to work in you before working around you. Every trial you face is not a sign of my abandonment. On the contrary, it is a sign of my care. The potter molds with his hands, but it is the fire that strengthens the vessel. And I am strengthening your structure. I want you to endure what comes, to manage wisely the gifts I will give you, to know how to keep your heart light even when life is demanding. And this is learned on the journey, step by step, in daily resistance. You are not as weak as you think. You are stronger than you imagine, because I strengthen you. And if your faith is small, remember, it is enough that it exists. I multiply what is sincere, even when it is small. Look around. See the small signs of my care. See the air that enters your lungs. See the deliverances you didn't even notice. See the moments when everything seemed lost, but something unexpected happened. None of this is by chance. It is my hand, discreet but constant, loving but firm, always present. And if I have given you so much until now, why do you think I will leave you now? Don't be deceived by the noise of the world, by the winds of discouragement. Stand firm. Reinforce your memory of me. Nourish your soul with prayer, with the recitation of the Quran, with words that uplift, and not with those that sink you. Choose what enters your ears, what occupies your thoughts. All of this shapes your faith. Life in this world is brief, and everything that seems gigantic today will soon be just a memory. So, don't place your heart where everything passes. Place your heart in me, where everything remains. Riches that last are those that accumulate within. The kindness you practice, the patience you maintain, the love you share, even when you are tired. I see all of this, and I reward in due time in ways you cannot even imagine. Because I repay with generosity. I give double, triple, inimmeasurable measure. But only to those who trust, to those who persevere, to those who do not give up faith when everything seems difficult. You are one of those. Yes, you who are listening now. You are someone who, even in pain, chose not to turn away. Who, even in silence, continues to call upon me. Who, even without understanding everything, continues to trust. And that is why I tell you, your story does not end in scarcity. It passes through it, but it ends in abundance. Abundance of light, of faith, of peace. I am with you in every detail, and when you stumble, I lift you up. When you are confused, I guide you. When you are exhausted, I renew you. Because my love never fails, and whoever takes refuge in me is not lost. Today, renew your hope. Take a deep breath and feel my presence. I am here, now, in this instant, ready to lighten your burdens, to renew your strength, to calm your mind. All you need to do is surrender, trust again, rest your soul in me. Remember who I am, the one who never sleeps, the one who never forgets, the one who knows you better than you know yourself. And all I want is for you to find rest in me. The blessings are on their way. They haven't been lost. They are being aligned with your journey. And when the time comes, you will see how everything made sense, how every wait was worthwhile, how every tear was transformed into strength, how every prayer was heard with love. And you will understand with a calm heart that I never stopped caring for you. You don't need to run to reach me, because I am already where you are. You don't need to make noise to get my attention, because I hear the whisper of your soul, even when your lips are silent. I don't demand perfection from you. I invite you to be present, to remember me in every gesture, in every choice, in every pause. Because when you remember me, your heart aligns with a peace that nothing in this world can give. I am your security when everything seems uncertain. I am your support when everything seems to fail. And I am your hope when no one else knows what to say. Do not fear the cloudy days, for behind the clouds, I remain the same. Do not fear the silence of answers, for even what seems like absence is part of my presence. You may not understand now, but you are being guided. You may not see the way out, but it is already being opened. I am the one who opens doors where there are no locks. I am the one who transforms winding paths into firm roads. Your story is not a random occurrence adrift in time. It is a tapestry woven by my hands with precision, with love, and with a purpose that surpasses your momentary understanding. You asked for signs, and I have given them. You asked for strength, and even tired, you have managed to keep going. You asked for deliverance, and you can't imagine how many times I have diverted evil from your path. All this is not by chance. It is my care, continuous, silent, profound. I see when you lie down with a heart full of doubts and wake up trying to have faith again. I see when the bills pile up, when the answers don't come, when the weariness of the soul weighs more than the body. And even so, you get up. And that is why I tell you, continue, not because everything is resolved yet, but because I am resolving it. Those who trust in me are not spared from pain, but they are sustained by it. I did not promise a path without stones, but I guarantee that you will never walk alone. And that is the difference. You do not walk by your own strength. You walk sustained by my mercy, which is infinite, by my promise, which never fails, by my word, which remains. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Just continue being sincere with me. Continue turning to me, even when you are tired. Continue opening your heart in prayer, even when your eyes can barely stay open. Every plea, every tear, every thought you direct to me, I welcome all of it, because what comes from the heart, I never despise. Often, what weighs most heavily on your shoulders is not the lack of money, but the fear that nothing will change. And I understand. I know how silent and constant fear is. But it is not stronger than my promise. I am the provider, and what you need, at the right time, I deliver, with wisdom, with generosity, with perfection. Do not cling to anxiety. It steals your peace. Cling to hope, because it anchors your heart in me, even when the winds of doubt blow strongly. If your eyes are only focused on what is lacking, your heart will be filled with scarcity. But if you begin to notice what you already have, health, shelter, the ability to pray, the presence of those who love you, then your heart will open to abundance. Because gratitude is a powerful spiritual key, and those who cultivate gratitude, even in the midst of pain, receive more of my grace. Not because I need it, but because a grateful heart is a heart prepared to receive. And I do not place my provision where there is only murmuring, because murmuring closes the windows of the soul. Remember the Quran. It is not far from you. It is a guiding light, a comforting solace. When your thoughts are confused, turn to it. When your heart is heavy, open its pages. My word is balm. It is direction. It is shelter. There is no fear that can withstand the sound of my name spoken with sincerity. There is no despair that does not begin to recede when the soul surrenders to the constant remembrance of me. Speak to me during the day. Speak to me before sleeping. Allow your routine to be intertwined with my presence. And then you will see how your life will begin to blossom from within. You are more important than the numbers in your bank account. You are more valuable than what you have achieved so far. In my eyes, your dignity does not depend on what the world sees, but on what you keep in your heart. And if there is faith, if there is a desire to be better, if there is respect for what is right, then you are my servant. And whoever is mine will not be left behind. No matter what they say, no matter what is lacking, I am your shelter in days of scarcity and your refuge in days of abundance. I am yours at all times. Keep walking even if it's slowly. Keep believing, even if your faith seems small. Keep hoping, even if everything seems still. Because I am moving the invisible. I am preparing the backstage. I am touching hearts, opening paths, tearing down walls. And when the time comes, everything will be clear. You will see what you didn't understand before. You will feel peace where there was once turmoil. And then, looking back, you will understand that every detail had a meaning. And you will be grateful not only for the answers, but also for the waiting. Not only for the deliverances, but also for the silences. Because all of this brought you here. And here, where you are now, I am with you. Nothing was in vain. Nothing is lost. Not even the days you thought of giving up. They also served a purpose. They also taught you. They too were seen by me. And I transform everything that is heavy into something light when you truly surrender to me. Just surrender. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to understand everything. Just place it in my hands and live one day at a time, without haste, without despair, with faith. Because while you walk, I prepare. While you wait, I mold. While you believe, I accomplish. You are cared for. You are guided. You are protected. And that will never change. You are remembered, even on the days when you feel no one cares. You are protected, even when you think you are alone in the world. You are seen, even when you try to hide from the pain. Nothing about you goes unnoticed by my eyes. I know the details of your heart, every silent beat that cries out for peace, every hidden thought that begs for direction, every anguish you didn't have the courage to tell anyone. But from me, you never needed to hide anything. I am your creator. I knew you even before you were formed. And everything you feel, I have already seen. And everything you fear, I have already overcome. You don't have to carry this burden that weighs you down alone. Surrender to me. Trust me. Let go of the control that consumes you and rest your trust in me. The world demands too much of you, and I only ask one thing of you. Remain by my side. Not by force, but by faith. Not by merit, but by trust. Not for what you have to offer, but for what I can give you. And what I give you is not just anything. It is protection that goes beyond visible dangers. It is provision that springs from the unexpected. It is peace that does not depend on circumstances. How many times have you wondered if you were worthy of prospering? How many times have you thought that scarcity would be a permanent part of your life? But listen to what I say. You were born to live with dignity, with sustenance, with balance. I didn't bring you here so that you would beg for crumbs of peace or alms of joy. I created you to live in fullness, not in empty excesses, but in contentment, in security, in honor. And this path begins when you decide to trust even when afraid, when you decide to get up even when fallen, when you decide to keep going even when tired, because I am with you. Remember every difficult situation you've been through. Remember how you thought you couldn't bear it, and yet you did. That wasn't by chance. That was my care. That was my strength sustaining you from within, while on the outside everything seemed to crumble. And it is that same strength that sustains you now. Even if you don't feel it, it's there. And when you surrender to me in sincere prayer, even with flawed words, I receive it like a precious jewel. Because what touches me is not beautiful words, but true hearts. You were made for greater things than the pain you are experiencing. Your story is not limited to this phase. Your journey is made of chapters, and this one, although heavy, is not the end. It is just a curve in the road, a dark stretch before the light, a time of pruning before the harvest. And I am with you in every line of this story, wisely rewriting what seemed lost, patiently restoring what seemed broken. Because where you see ruin, I see possibility. Where you see an end, I see a new beginning. And even if the whole world doesn't understand you, know that I understand. I understand your silences, your conflicts, your deepest intentions. I know when you try to do good and receive nothing in return. I know when your heart only desires a little peace, and I will give it to you, because I promised never to abandon anyone who turns to me with sincerity. And I am faithful to my word. I do not go back on it. I fulfill it. Even if it takes time, even if it seems impossible, I accomplish what I promise. Don't let discouragement extinguish your light. You carry within you something too precious to be suffocated by temporary anxieties. You have faith, and even if it is small today, it is still alive. And where there is faith, there is a future. Where there is faith, there is a way. Where there is faith, there is a miracle. Remember that I am the one who answers sincere hearts. And if you have prayed, waited, persisted, know that none of this is in vain. The seeds you have planted with faith will be watered by my mercy, and they will bear fruit. In due time, in perfect timing. Therefore, do not despair when everything seems silent. Silence also speaks. Silence also teaches. It brings you closer to me in a unique way. It makes you hear what the noise of the world tries to stifle. And in silence I reveal profound things. I cleanse your inner self. I prepare your soul for the new. Because before changing what is outside, I transform what is inside. And this transformation, though silent, is powerful. Trust in it. Believe in this process, even without understanding. Because it comes from me. When anguish overwhelms you, turn to prayer. When hope falters, remember my promises. When everything seems overwhelming, sit down, breathe, and talk to me. I am always ready to listen to you. I never close the door. I never turn my face away. I never tire of you. Because my love is not human. It is divine. And it does not waver. It remains. It sustains. It renews. And it is this love that accompanies you now. It is this love that protects you from dangers you cannot even imagine. It is this love that gently pushes you forward, even when you think of stopping. You are not late. You are not off plan. You have not been forgotten. You are exactly where I decided you need to be to grow, to learn, to mature, to trust. I don't give you anything before it's time, because before the gift, I prepare my heart to receive it. And you are being prepared, refined, strengthened, and when everything is right, inside and out, the doors will open. Lightly, fluently, peacefully, and you will understand that I have always been here, building, even when everything seemed at a standstill. So continue, one step at a time, with faith, with patience, with eyes fixed on me. Because even if your natural eyes cannot see, your spiritual eyes already know. A path is being opened. There is unfailing care. A promise is being fulfilled.